Hey everybody, Dan here with Pain Free You. Today I wanted to just talk about a concept I've just been thinking about. Choosing thoughts versus fixing them. So we'll get to that in a minute. Relax, breathe, smile with the knowledge that you're okay. You really are. Seriously. Put a smile on and hold it. What you'll realize is the physiological shape of a smile goes directly to the subconscious, and the brain goes, Dan's smiling. I thought he's been in a real world of hurt with symptoms and pain and despair, but he's smiling. I guess something okay is going on. Really matters. So, smile. Choosing thoughts versus fixing them. All right? So, as it relates to thinking, I would say there's pretty much three options, right? You can try to stop your negative, fearful thoughts. Good luck with that. Doesn't work. We can't. Those thoughts are coming out of a brain that's doing its job perfectly. It's just perceiving danger and it's saying, hey, don't do that. Don't do this. What if that happens? We didn't check that out. Maybe we should get another scan. Maybe we should. Maybe. Be careful, whatever. Those negative thoughts are the default of a brain that is doing its job. Don't try to stop them. You can't. So I'll get to that in a minute as to what we do about it. So some people and some programs actually say don't let a negative thought slip by without fixing it, without correcting it, without reframing it, without restating it. Okay, so if you've ever tried that, you know that by 7:30 in the morning you're absolutely exhausted by trying to fix your thoughts. So we don't have to stop the thoughts. We don't have to fix the thoughts. And what I always say is we don't have to believe those thoughts that make us feel worse, make us feel emotionally and mentally down on ourselves. If the thoughts are creating a negative response in us, we don't have to believe them. Now, why do I say that? Because if you've been following my stuff, we go back to the foundational stuff. We know what causes symptoms, the brain perceiving danger. That means by definition, we are not broken, we are not sick, this is all temporary. These are false alarms. Okay. So, we don't have to believe the fearful negative thoughts that say, well, what if it's this? Shh. We've done our homework, we've done our research, and we've made a decision that this is a mind-body condition, and we're going to treat it as such, and we are going to convey to the brain safety consistently, calmly, credibly, until the messages of safety outweigh the brain's current perception of danger. So, fixing thoughts versus choosing them. So in the example I just gave you, we can't stop them, we don't need to fix them. Because if you try to fix every negative thought, what are you doing? You're saying, oh, here comes the negative thought. Oh, I got to wrestle with this now. What's a better thought? Let me just, I'm going to fix my thinking problem with more thinking about my thinking problem. So let me think about this thinking problem more so I can resolve this thinking problem with more thinking about my thinking. And you see how quickly we can get wrapped up in trying to fix our thinking with more thinking. So that's what I mean by fixing. If you're trying to fix your thinking problem with more thinking, you're running in circles. You're on the merry-go-round. So what's the difference between that and choosing your thoughts? Well, I think it's the intention. And I think it matters. The framing is, if I believe I've got a thinking problem, I have a problem which is not good, and we perceive that as dangerous. As opposed to waking up in the morning and going, got a clean slate today. I'm going to choose to support myself. I'm going to choose to smile. And I'm going to choose to say, good job, Dan. You're kicking butt. Today's going to be a good day. What if it all works out? We know what's going on, so we're not concerned. You can do this, Dan. That's choosing thoughts. That's not wrestling with the negative ones. That's just making a very clear intention to set a positive tone, an encouraging tone, reassuring yourself, cheering yourself on, being your coach, being your cheerleader, your pep talk. That's choosing. Fixing is when you go, uh-oh, here's a negative thought. How do I solve that? What do I do with that? This is a big problem. Oh no, oh no, oh no. You see the difference. One is reacting to what is perceived as a negative thing and trying to correct it, as opposed to just waking up and going, I got this. We're good. I've done my homework. I know it's perceived danger. The brain's operating on misinformation, which I'm correcting. And that misinformation creates fear, but once I correct the misinformation, the fear is going to start settling. And with consistency, calm, reassurance, being less bothered by the symptoms, I'm going to convey safety. And the brain will eventually get the message to go, wow, look at Dan. He's actually doing pretty good. I guess we're okay. So choosing your thoughts is powerful. Trying to stop or fix your thoughts, you're circling in the belief that I've got a thinking problem. I think that kind of conveys danger more than waking up and going, here I am, world. Let's go. Does that make sense? So choose your thoughts. Don't fix them. Don't stop them. Don't fix them. Choose them. Choose thoughts that support this journey. If you've been watching my videos, you'll know I give lots and lots of examples of talking to your brain, but sometimes the messages to the brain can simply be a smile, a relaxed body, hand on the heart, slowing down the breathing, knowing that we're okay. And by the way, I just had a follow-up interview with Angela Hepp. She's my success story that really came back from the deepest, darkest depths of symptoms and is thriving. So look out for that in the next few days. But we talked about some really good stuff, so keep an eye out for that. If you would like some more help, consider my group coaching, painfreeyougroup.com. The links should be down below. Whether you're on Facebook or YouTube, look below. If you want my book, Pain Free You Book in the U.S., or just go to your local Amazon. The audiobook is on Audible and Spotify. I believe the paperback should be available on Barnes & Noble and Walmart.com, both the websites. And if you just search for the book, Pain Free You, Teach Your Brain to End Your Pain, you may find it in other retailers. The book got put out through a distributor, and so I think the reach of that is broader than I even know. So it should be available, and grab it. If you've read it, please go back to Amazon and leave me a book review. Those book reviews help convince other people to pick up the book for themselves. And that's what I got for you. So, choosing your thoughts versus fixing them. Give it a ponder, and start to choose your thoughts that support you and encourage you and lift you up, as opposed to trying to wait until the bad ones come along and stopping them or fixing them, because that stuff doesn't work, and it just keeps you in that cycle of something's wrong. So, love you folks, as always, and as usual, we'll see you tomorrow. Take care.